Attention! You who are over 50 years old, maybe you think you have everything under control. I eat right. I avoid sweets. I even swapped sugar for sweetener, so I'm safe, right? Unfortunately, the answer may be no. The truth is that many foods that seem healthy are actually traps in disguise. And the worst part, they silently increase blood sugar levels without giving any immediate warning. You only notice when symptoms appear: constant fatigue, difficulty losing weight, blurred vision, unusual thirst, and in more serious cases, with a diagnosis of pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes. And the most dangerous thing is that this happens mainly after the age of 50, when the metabolism slows down and the body becomes more sensitive to glycemic spikes. In other words, what you ate at 30 without any problems may now be sabotaging you little by little, every day. And we're not talking about obvious candy or soda. We're talking about foods that the industry labels as fit, zero sugar, natural, and even whole, but when they enter your body, they cause exactly what you are trying to avoid: a sudden increase in blood glucose. In this video, you will discover what are the top 3 foods that silently spike blood sugar after 50, even if they seem harmless, and most importantly, I'll show you how to replace them with safer, more health-friendly options if you want to age with more energy, less pain, and much more control over your health. Watch this video until the end. And if this content has already made you rethink what you are eating, leave your like now. This really helps the channel to grow and to take this message to more people who, like you, deserve to live healthier and more consciously. Subscribe too, because in the next videos, I will reveal the foods that help produce glucose naturally. You won't want to miss it. Did you know that the whole wheat bread you eat thinking it's doing the best for your health could actually be sabotaging your glucose levels every day? That's right. Many people over 50 decide to give up French bread and adopt wholemeal bread, thinking that they are being healthy. But what nobody tells you is that most industrialized whole grain breads act on your body almost like pure sugar. Despite the pretty packaging, full of promises like rich in fiber, zero trans fat, or source of grains, what you are eating is often refined flour with a pinch of fiber, which your body digests very fast, transforming into glucose in a few minutes. And do you know what that causes? Blood sugar spikes, something extremely dangerous after 50. When the metabolism no longer responds as before and insulin sensitivity begins to decrease. This means more difficulty in losing weight, more fatigue, a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, and even cardiovascular problems. Fitness marketing hides a cruel truth: many so-called healthy products are silently making you sick. But don't worry, there's a way to change that. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to identify these traps and what to eat instead of industrialized bread to keep your glucose stable and your health under control. Keep watching, because the next food on the list will surprise you even more. Have you ever swapped a sweet treat for a dried fruit thinking you were making a healthy choice? Be aware that this habit could be silently and dangerously raising your glucose levels. Especially after the age of 50, many people think it's a fruit, so it's good for you, right? But what no one tells you is that the dried version of a fruit carries a very high glycemic load, much larger than fresh fruit. When the water is removed in the dehydration process, natural sugar concentrates, transforming that handful of raisins, apricots, or dates into real glucose bombs. You think you are eating something light, but you are eating a food that stabilizes your blood sugar levels, increases insulin resistance, and contributes to weight gain, all without any immediate warning signs. Only then do the symptoms appear: constant fatigue, difficulty concentrating, swelling, and the scare of blood tests. The worst part? This is sold as a healthy snack by companies that know exactly how to use the word natural to deceive. But don't worry, understanding this is the first step to regaining control of your health. Stay with me, because the next food on the list is also considered harmless, but it's present in almost every kitchen and could be sapping your energy and well-being. Have you ever chosen a light or zero sugar yogurt thinking you were taking care of your health? If so, you better pay attention. That healthy snack could be completely messing up your metabolism, especially after age 50. The truth that few people talk about is that these products contain artificial sweeteners that trick your taste buds, but they also trick your body. When you consume something sweet, even if it doesn't contain real sugar, your brain understands that it needs to release insulin. The result? Your body releases the hormone as if the sugar was there, and this generates an imbalance in glycemic control, causing insulin to circulate unnecessarily, causing untimely hunger, fat accumulation, and insulin resistance. In other words, you think you are avoiding sugar, but in practice, you are putting your body in a state of metabolic confusion, and worse, over time, this can lead you down the path to pre-diabetes. Even without consuming sugar directly, this is the big trap hidden in the industry's zero sugar products. And those over 50 years old needs to pay double attention, as the metabolism slows down and the risk of hormonal dysregulation increases. What seemed like a smart choice may be accelerating what you most want to avoid, the loss of health and vitality. But don't worry, there's still time to turn this around. In the next topic, I'll show you what you can start doing today to restore your body's balance and keep your glucose levels under control naturally and safely. Now that you have discovered the 3 foods that seem harmless but irresolently increase blood glucose after 50, you might be wondering, and now, what do I do with all this? The answer is simple: consciousness and intelligent replacement. It's not about stopping eating everything, it's about learn to choose better. Swap industrial wholemeal bread for truly wholemeal, or naturally fermented versions. Replace dried fruit with fresh fruit with fiber and water, which helps regulate sugar naturally. Avoid yogurts full of artificial sweeteners and opt for natural options, such as full-fat yogurt with real, minimally processed ingredients. These changes may seem small, but they have a gigantic transformative power. You will notice more energy, less swelling, better weight control, and most importantly, much smoother exams after 50. Every choice matters, and your health depends more on your habits than on your age. The good news? You have the power to turn this game around starting today. And if you want to know which foods help reverse this situation, balance your glucose and strengthen your health naturally, don't miss the next video. Is unmissable. If this content opened your eyes, leave your like right now. This really helps the channel to continue bringing valuable content, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss any tips that can transform your life after 50. You deserve to live with more health, lightness, and vitality.